Hello everyone. So today's tutorial is a C++ program to check whether a given number is a prime or not. So let's first know what are prime numbers. Prime numbers are the numbers that are whole number greater than 1 divisible only by itself and 1. 1 is not a prime number. The examples of prime numbers are 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, etc. So in this tutorial we are going to take single integer as an input. That input will be passed to the function defined as isPrime function that takes single value as an input and returns 1 if the number is prime or else returns 0. The function call is made in the if condition, and if returned value is 1 then the number is prime printed, or else the number is not prime is printed. So now coming to the coding part of this tutorial, first we are going to define that function isPrime whose return type will be int. So int isPrime. It will take only single integer as an argument. So int n. Then as you all know that 1 is not a prime number, so we are going to directly use the if condition here for n double equal to 1, and in that case we are going to return the 0 value. And we also know that 2 is a prime number, so for 2 also we are going to use the direct if statement. So if n double equal to 2, we are going to return 1 as 2 is prime number. And for the remaining values of n, we are going to use the fact that one of the divisor for any value of n must be smaller than or equal to root n. So here we are going to check the divisibility only till root n value. So int I iterator is taken, and in the for loop I equal to 2, I star I less than equal to n, I plus plus. Here I star I less than equal to n is used to reduce the time complexity, and inside this for loop we are going to check if the integer n is divisible by value of I, then it is not a prime number and we are going to return 0 in that case. And when all the values of the I are iterated through and the return 0 statement is not executed, so then we are going to return 1, which means that the number is prime. So coming to the main part, we are going to declare a variable int n whose input would be taken from the user cnn, and then inside the if statement, if condition, we are going to write isPrime function, call isPrime function. So isPrime of n, if this condition is true, then the number is prime, so we are going to execute cout n is a prime number, and if the if condition is false, then coming to the else part, it would print that the number n is not a prime number. So yeah, let me walk you through the code. So int is the return type of the function isPrime. One argument is passed, which is int n. If n value is double equal to 1, we are returning 0 because 1 is not prime number. If n double equal to 2, we are returning 1 because we know that 2 is a prime number. And then iterator I is used to iterate through all the values to check the condition of prime. So I equal to 2, I star I less than equal to n, I plus plus. I star I less than equal to n is used to reduce the time complexity of the code. If n% I double equal to 0, which means that there are more than 2 divisors, so we are going to return 0. And if the for loop is completed without returning 0, then return 1 statement is executed because it means that n value is a prime value. Coming to the main part, int n is used to take the integer input from the user, and then that value is passed to the if prime function, which is called inside the if condition. And if this function returns 1, then it means that if condition will become true and it will execute cout n is a prime number, and if the condition is false, it would print that n is not a prime number. Now we are going to take the custom input. Let's take 10 as an input. So 10 is an even number, it's not a prime number. So the output should be that 10 is not a prime number. So yeah, it's giving the correct output that 10 is not a prime number. And let's change the value to 7 and check. Yeah, it's giving that 7 is a prime number, which means that our code which we have written here is correct. And talking about the time complexity, so the time complexity in this case would be O root n. So thank you. For any queries, please comment below. Please like and subscribe for further updates.